Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Spooky Saturday and Switchtoberfest crossover. So today I'm playing a game called Nightbook. It's made by Wales Interactive. They're pretty famous for FMV games. So FMV games are full motion videos. So it's essentially an interactive movie. You get to make choices and make decisions. And today I'm going to make a poll in the chat here. And I don't know if I can even keep that open, but I can. I can allow 1 minute per vote. There we go. So I'm going to ask a question in the Twitch chat, and you get your opportunity to vote on the outcome and decide what we're going to do. So it could be as simple as, go left or go right. Sometimes the decisions are a little bit more complicated than that. Sometimes the decisions are, sometimes maybe in a situation like this, maybe something a little bit more occult. Maybe you have to make a human sacrifice and you have to decide which person to sacrifice. If you've ever played a game called Until Dawn, it's very similar to that. There are choices to be made. But this is not done Until Dawn style. This is done in a different style. Classy, thank you so much for hosting with 4 viewers. It's good to have you with me. Classy, what were you playing before? What were you playing before this? I'm doing Spooky Saturday and Switchtoberfest. So I'm playing games on my Switch every day alphabetically. Last night was Metroid Dread for M. Tonight is Nightbook for N. Weekly game show. Oh, that's right. You have a game show. I keep meaning to tune in and I forget. So how was the game show this week? Tell me a little bit about it. I want to know. I want to know. It's like a trivia show, right? And you do that Saturday nights? Short 1 hour kind of thing, but it's been going good. Yeah, I mean, a game show is only good for 30 to 45 minutes. I wouldn't try to run a game show too long. But yeah, it's scuffed but fun. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, you start out scuffed. There are a couple of trivia show, game show like apps out there you can use to kind of run those kinds of things. Yeah, I've looked into them a little bit, so I think yeah, it's cool. I'm glad you're having fun with that. So Saturdays I do spooky Saturdays. I play spooky games, and then also the month of October I'm playing a different game alphabetically every day. So I started with Ape Out, then I went to Bending the Ink Machine, and then I took Sunday off, and then Monday I came back with Crash Bandicoot 4, Dark, A, B, C, D, E, etc. So now I'm at N for Nightbook. I've crossed the halfway point. I'm halfway through October, and this game is called Nightbook, and it's an FMV game, full motion video. So everybody is an actor. It's filmed, and then all the choices and options. It's a choose your own adventure movie, if that kind of thing. Right? So every choice I make affects the ending, and I have Alayla's dogs here, by the way. You can hear them. I have my 2 dogs, and then I have Alayla's 2 dogs on top of that. And Alayla's 2 dogs are the ones that are barking. Actually, we could probably go to dog cam. Oh, that's my 3-legged dog. That's Bella. Bella only has 3 legs, and the big one is Harley, of course. Bella's a little shadow. Let me turn on the lights. Okay, Google, turn on the lights in the studio. There you go. It's a little less spooky, but that's Bella. She's a good dog. Yes. And making her stream debut. Normally she's not in here when I'm streaming, so you guys are very fortunate to get a glimpse of Bella, the 3-legged dog. But you wouldn't know she has 3 legs, man. She gets around. She gets around. Bella, do you want a treat? Harley, do you want a treat? Go get in bed too. Go get in bed. I know there's too many dogs. Now, Alayla's dogs, they don't understand that they need to go to the bed for treat, right? Like my dogs, they know that's where treats are. That's where the treats are. It's behind you, Bella. It's behind you. Here she goes. Harley, bed. 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 You have to be in bed. Bed. Hey, you know where to go? Get in bed. Bed. There you go. Look at that. That's Harley. That's my dog. She's a very good dog. So Bella is kind of my daughter's dog. And then if any of Ashley's dogs would get over there, Tiki, go. Tiki, go. Go. Up. Go. Tiki. Nope, Harley got it. Too late. Too late. So, anyway, yes. Bella's a little tripod dog. Well, hold on. Let me get. Hey, come here. Little monsters. Okay. Oh, stop it. He acts like he's like the worst. Okay, so this is Ashley's dog, Alayla's dog, Tiki. He's about 10 pounds, and he's kind of dumb. I'm sorry, Alayla, but he's dumb. Super dumb. This is Alayla's other little dog, Emma Watson, and she's needy. You know, she like needs to be with people. Alayla was like, "Oh, she doesn't like men. She doesn't like men." But like, she comes here and she like hangs out and she's up on all over me. So, this is Emma. And then Harley, my dog. Harley, also very needy. Also a very needy companion dog. Very good dog. Very good dog. And then... Oh, no, you're coming with me, like it or not. Ah! And this is Bella. Bella's a little 3-legged dog. She's a good dog. She's very nervous. She's very nervous. She doesn't like new things. But once she warms up, once you warm up, once she knows she can trust you, she'll be your friend. But because she's missing her leg, she's always very cautious about that kind of stuff. So it's this back leg right here. You can't really see it, but anyway. So she's a good dog. So these are all 4 dogs that are currently at my house. right now. Get out of the way so I can move my chair back. Okay. There we go. So now we've done all the dog talk. And I've seen all the dogs, Classy. Thank you so much for hanging out. We're gonna play some Nightbook. And we'll do it together. I'm gonna let you guys decide what we're gonna do. All right, so this game is about a girl who... Okay, Google dark stream mode. That's gonna set the colors, the lights, and everything back to what they were. Perfect. Be a little bit more spooky. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna decide what to do here. Black Sky OS. House security cameras initializing. Oh, look, security cameras. Black Sky must be the name of the security system? Wait, what was that? What is that? Kitchen? Oh, this is starting out cool. This is starting out real cool. The pregnancy plate. So she's cooking because she's pregnant.
Come here. Get away from...
Notice that guy's room is not labeled. It just says kitchen. Ooh. Oh, nice. Do I sedate Dad? Do I give my dad a sedative? Okay, so I'm making dinner here for my dad. So should I give him a sedative? Add sedative to help him sleep, or don't? That's the vote here. That's the vote. So the vote is, if I add a sedative, you know, to his meal, maybe he'll sleep because it looks like he's clearly disturbed. Or do I not? So I put the poll in the Twitch chat for 1 minute. We got about 30 seconds left. And we're gonna let everybody decide. Looks like chat's kind of deciding on adding a sedative. Looks like we're deciding on adding a sedative. I think that's what we're gonna do. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna add sedative. We got about 10 seconds left. We can get a few more people in there to do don't, and then we don't add sedative, but looks like my dad is crazy and clearly needs a sedative. Yep. Okay. So the poll expired, so we're gonna go ahead and add sedative. We got an achievement for Butterfly Effect. This game is available on PC and Switch, and maybe even iOS. A lot of these FMV games are available on mobile as well, so it's very cool that they're available.
No.
So I've added the sedative to his spaghetti, and I'm covering it up. Okay. I like how he's got like a dream catcher on his door.
No, don't come in. Don't come in.
Dad, it's me. I've got your dinner.
No.
Okay, so the poll is how do I do this? Tough love or play nice? So once again, like I said, sometimes the choices aren't quite as easy as you know, go left, go right. Sometimes the choices are: do I go in there and barge and be like, Dad, look, you're having one of your episodes. I need you to calm down right now. I need you to calm down. You know, tough love. Or do we play nice? Be like, Dad, look, you know, come on, it's me. Hello, you know, kind of thing. I think if we've added sedative to his dinner, I feel like it's kind of too late to play nice, right? I feel like it's too late to play nice now. It's like we've already added sedative. Like, we're not gonna like sneak Tylenol PM into his meal and then be like, "Oh, but Daddy, please." You know, we're not gonna be those kind of people. So we're okay. We're going tough love here. Okay. Poll says we go tough love. We're going tough love.
It took a lot of effort to make this. Are you gonna have it?
Yeah.
Or did you come here just to be a burden?
Yeah. Oh, you being a burden
You
on
don't
me,
need to
Dad?
talk or anything.
No, don't. Now, quickly.
Wow. Putting a lot of stress on her, like your pregnant daughter. What was that? That's a cool cold open, though. Okay, so from what I understand about this game, it's your main character here, the girl, she's a translator, and she's been tricked into translating the Necronomicon, and she has to, like, when she reads it, it summons demons. Maybe. Translation exam today. Starting in a couple of minutes. Use my work video for your exam. I sent it to my boss. Seeing your face might help. Don't worry, you got this. Okay? Was here today. The islands out here are amazing. How about here for our wedding venue? Looks beautiful. Okay. I miss you. It doesn't look like a good wedding venue because it doesn't look like it can hold a crowd. I mean, if it's just the two of you, maybe, but I would maybe a honeymoon, sure, but a wedding?
What?
Office. Why did my webcam pop up like that? To keep the two of you safe. Okay. So we've incorporated the webcam into the security system. Cody Hutchinson. So this is our video call. Oh, this is our translation test.
You look perfect. How depressing.
Good evening, Cody. Ready when you are.
You start. I'm just going to turn my camera off a sec.
Are you, like, working out or something, Cody? Link to the interpreting exam video. Your supervisor has begun to test. Your video will start in 2 seconds.
The God's Hand Archipelago boasts some of the most beautiful sights in the North Pacific Ocean.
Certains des plus beaux sites de l'océan Pacifique Nord.
Perhaps none more so than its largest island,
L'exemple le
Napus.
plus frappant
However,
est sans doute sa plus grande
despite
île.
this, there is very little development on the island
Cependant,
and
celle-ci
no
est encore
tourism.
très sauvage et n'accueille
So if
que peu de
I've
touristes.
already seen this
The
video,
Niambato Hotel
then
Group,
wouldn't
in
I already
conjunction
know
with
how to
Cookman
translate it?
Engineering, is proposing the development of the Iowa Well Cove site into a luxury 35-room hotel,
Construction d'un
spa,
hôtel de luxe avec 35 chambres, un spa.
and scuba diving complex.
Oh. So do I interpret this? So it's a scuba diving complex. I don't know the words. Do I interpret it only, or do I look it up? Because if I interpret scuba diving contest, I could get it wrong. I think it's best to just kind of go with the flow here and use words I know. Like if I'm doing interpreting and I come across a word I don't know, I might use other words to interpret something like, you know, underwater diving complex or underwater diving house or something. Like I would use other words similar rather than like have to pause to look it up. Like improv on the spot, because sometimes there's not going to be a word for it, right? There's not going to be a word for this, or the word for it will be super obscure or something. So that's going to happen, and I think it's best to just go ahead and continue with the interpretation. Looks like Twitch chat is agreeing with me. Okay, Twitch chat's agreeing with me. It looks like everybody wants to interpret as well. Okay, looks like that's what we're doing. Yeah, okay. Perfect.
Et des services de plongée avec masque et scaphandre.
Our consultation period has already begun.
Diving
And
facilities.
we know that you will be as committed as we are to bringing this project to fruition with the minimum disruption to the natural landscape and wildlife of this beautiful bay.
La faune et la flore de cette magnifique baie.
Okay, so another thing here that's very similar. It's basically the exact same thing. Interpret or translate. So that's an interesting difference here, because translate means we go direct, right? Word for word. Interpret means we kind of paraphrase a little bit. I would also go with interpret. I would, because, when you're translating into a language, you don't always want to go word for word. That's how you end up with phrases like, someone set us up the bomb, all your base are belong to us, right? You don't want that. You want something that sounds a little bit more natural. So if the interpreter knows what you're trying to communicate and can communicate that, I think that's it. That's the mark of a good interpreter, I feel like, is to understand the tone of the piece that they're translating and interpret, not just translate. So it looks like chat's also on board with me there. Looks like we want to interpret instead of direct translate. So we're gonna give it that. Now, every choice we make here, not every choice, but most of the choices we make, are gonna have some sort of butterfly effect later.
The God's Hand Island Council, and we hope that you will join us in making our proposition the best it can be for the local economy and employment prospects, so that construction can begin early next year, ready to open our doors the following year.
Et une promesse de création d'emplois pour que les travaux puissent commencer au début de l'année prochaine. Et que ce nouveau complexe ouvre ses portes l'année suivante.
We hope to, I will welcome you soon.
So now we're not sure. So do we make something up? So it looks like we fell behind. So she fell behind a little bit. She really had to use that blank space to kind of catch up. So the question is, do we interpret or do we make it up? I'm kind of towards making it up, but maybe I could go with interpret too. I could see the advantage of both. So interpret is like, he made a pun, right? He made a pun, and how do you make a pun in another language that works? See, I'm thinking we make it up because we make up our own pun. Interpreting would basically just be a little bit more word for word, but kind of the same thing. We look forward to welcoming you, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence on this one. I could definitely do both. It looks like chat's leaning kind of towards make up. Okay. I can kind of see that. We're going to make something up. I can see that. We're going to kind of make up our own pun, but in French. So we'll see what happens. It looks like Twitch chat's about to, Twitch chat's going solidly to make up here. Okay, let's do it. Let's make something up.
Nous sommes une compagnie tournée vers le
Forward-looking
futur
company.
et nous espérons vous servir
We're
dans
looking
un
forward to
futur
serving
proche.
you. And that's all we said. End of interpreter assessment. So we used a video that we'd seen before.
Right, let's have a little look then, shall we?
Well, I forgot the word for scuba diving, and
Yeah, because that's a word you hear every day.
Right.
I tried to keep up the pace, but I wasn't fast enough.
You was talking really fast. Look, there was a golden half second there where I really thought you had it. You were getting the gist across, nice, simple, and quick.
Yes.
And then you went straight back to trying to get it exactly right.
Can we do another one?
What? No.
Please, your advice is so valuable to me. I know I can do better.
Yeah, see, I think that
You know what,
interpreter
Ivy?
translate, like, don't go
I
back
think
to
you
getting it
should cut yourself
perfect.
a break.
Just get the
This
gist
is
of it.
interpreting, not translation. You don't have to be word fucking perfect.
Yep.
There
See?
isn't, there isn't time. Speaking of which, what was that?
Nothing.
It's weird that she has, like, one headphone. Cody over here.
Okay, give me 15 minutes to clear some emails, then let's get this shift started.
Okay, yeah. See, I would have heard the thump, but I would have blamed it on, like, the neighbor or something. What was that sound? It's probably my neighbor. He's doing something weird over there. Pregnancy screening test. So we got an email. So the question is, do we read it right now, or do we dismiss it for now? Do we just be like, you know what? I've got this other woman needs to clear her emails. My dad, I gotta go deal with my dad. What are we doing right now? I think I say we read. I think we read the email because it doesn't really say what it's for. February 4th, 2021. I mean, we read the email because maybe they're trying to move my appointment and I need to know. Maybe they're trying to give me some news about a test result. I don't know. I forgot what day it is right now. I know that the computer told us and it was probably somewhere on the screen, but I don't know what the date is today. So I don't know if this is a screening that's already happened or if this is like a scheduling for a screening. Looks like chat also wants me to read the mail. Looks like chat's kind of leading that direction. So let's go ahead and read the mail. Okay. We'll communicate the results. I inform me that all the screening tests are negative, despite initial concerns of underlying health issues that you notified us. We see no reason to further investigate this instance. Okay. Advice for when we're expecting. For more information, please see. Okay, good, perfect. Our looks like our test came back negative. Everything's clear. Is Quentin Engineering's Lapus development doomed to fail? Oh. So now the question is, do we read this email here? Another email. Do we read it or do we go take care of Dad? This is a tough one. I think this one is kind of not spammy, but like it's an article. I'm thinking we go check in on Dad, right? Because this is like, I understand I want to read about Quentin Engineering because apparently my husband has something to do with this project and he's excited about it and all that. But I'm kind of thinking I got to go deal with my dad, because if we're going to have another video chat in like 10 to 15 minutes, I really need to get my dad taken care of. Like I need to settle him down and be like, okay, let's get on our thing. Looks like chat's kind of agreeing with me here to go with Dad here. Maybe I'm leading the audience a little bit, but we'll see. So Dad is Dad's definitely the clear winner here on our poll. So let's go ahead and go to Dad. Let's go take care of him. Oh, my picture, I gotta straighten it as I walk by. I like that. That's very cute.
What's the matter?
I'm just down the hall trying to be professional and you're banging on the walls.
I'm sorry.
I can't hear you. This is stupid.
He's blocked the door. Does he want to talk to me on the phone?
Dad, come on. This is ridiculous. You need to come out.
I can't. I don't want to put you and the baby in danger.
Then why did you come here?
Because Piers has gone off to that place.
Le pouce? Il a même pas été encore sur l'île. Le pouce, he's not even been on the island yet.
But when he does, he will come back with them, and we have got to be ready.
Dad, there is no curse.
No, he's totally cursed.
I'm just a crazy person, and is that it?
All right. So, is he crazy? So, do I tell him the truth and tell him that I think he's delusional? Or do I lie and be like, no, Dad, you're not crazy. You're just having a hard time right now, or whatever. This is a tough choice. And I'm going to kind of let the audience decide on this one. But I want to talk first about how this was filmed in 2020, right? And I love what they did here with like the social distancing aspect. They're doing a lot of video meetings, and then even Dad, who technically lives with her, like it's all set up so that she doesn't actually interact with him. She handed him a plate through the door, and she can't go into his room, so she's video chatting with him on the phone. I think that's really cool. I like the way that they kind of they're working around their limitations of having everybody film in their own space. And then yeah, I think that's cool. It looks like chat is split on this one. Looks like exactly 50-50 truth and lie. That means I'm gonna have to flip a coin. Okay, heads is truth. Okay, Google, flip a coin.
It landed on tails.
Tails it is, we lie.
I don't think you're crazy. If you say they are evil spirits, then
Cancel.
they must be there.
Liar!
He knew.
Just worried it's getting worse.
Oh, well, they must have heard about your fiance's development. How is Piers?
He's fine.
How are you? And the baby?
Oh boy. All right. So, this one here, my response, he asked me about the baby. Do I be diplomatic? Or do I be direct? I'm assuming here that diplomatic is something a little bit more like, we're getting along great. Everything's, it's a little bit more passive. Direct is a little bit more, we'd be a lot better if we didn't have a crazy guy living in our bedroom. Okay, you're putting a lot of stress on me. Or maybe direct. I mean, I had concerns about the baby, and maybe I'm going to tell him about that. But the test was good, so I don't see the reason to be, like, super direct with this guy. Even though earlier, when I tried to kind of dodge the question, he called me a liar because he knew I was lying. So he's seen through my deceptions before. So it's going to be really hard to not be direct with him. But it looks like the chat is voting diplomatic. Looks like chat's voting diplomatic on this one. Okay. So we got about 10 seconds left on that poll. But I think diplomatic. I don't think it's gonna work. I think he's gonna see through our crap. But we'll find out.
Please don't change the subject.
Fine.
Okay. Wow, he didn't.
But you are right. They are getting stronger, and there is only so much that I can do to stop them. And I keep falling asleep after meals, and that isn't helping.
Oh yeah. Weird.
I want you to lock me in.
What?
I can't resist them for much longer, and God knows what happens when I'm asleep. I need
Wow.
you to lock me in. I don't want to hurt you.
So do we lock him in? Or do we not lock him in? So that's the question we're going to ask our chat here. So we can he asked us to lock him in the room. He asked us to do it. He was like, lock me in here because I can't be trusted. But we think he's crazy. We don't think he's crazy. We're going to go ahead and lock our father in, lock him into his own bedroom. I hope he has a bathroom in there. But he insists. Now, I don't know why he came to her. If he feels like maybe he can only protect her from the demons if he's at the house. Because, sometimes it makes it sound like he's the one in danger and he's putting her in danger by being there. But he came there, according to her. This story is deep. There might be more to this, right? So the choices that we're seeing now are different than the choices we would see if we made different choices earlier. So sometimes the scenes are going to be a little different. It looks like chat wants to lock him in the room. Man, you guys are sick.
Fine. I'll lock you in.
Good. I just
How?
hope it's enough.
I need to go back to work.
Are you translating to French or that Lapousse language?
The fact that I speak Canard makes me very employable.
That language is dangerous, and so is that island.
Okay. So I'm not supposed to be speaking the language of that tribe. I'm supposed to be speaking French or whatever. So do I tell him, hey, look, just be normal, okay, Dad? It's just a job, or I really need this job? I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted on this one because, like, I could be like, Dad, look, I need this job. All right, I'm gonna speak this language because I speak it, and I you know, it's a job and it's a rare skill, and I get to make a lot of money from this. I need it for the baby. Or I could be like, Dad, just shut up and be normal about it already. Just shut up and just whatever. So now looks like chat wants to go normal. Looks like we got about 20 seconds left on that poll, but looks like chat wants to just tell him to just be normal. Okay. All right, and we're going with a direct approach this time. We're not going to be, super diplomatic or anything. We're going to go direct and right to the point. We're going to tell him what we think. We've got about 5 seconds left on that poll, and I just want to make sure we don't have any last-minute voters. Okay, looks like we're going to be normal.
Fine. You don't like Le Pouce, but could you at least just try to be normal? At least long enough for me to finish my shift.
I will do whatever I need to do to keep us all safe.
Right, he thinks he's...
Good night, Dad. Try to get some sleep.
Yeah, sleep is the last thing I should be doing at night.
Wow. So he's like British and she's French. I mean, maybe her mother was like French-ish. Okay, so she's locking... Oh, she has a key. Every door in the apartment has a key. Oh, and a deadbolt at the top. Holy crap. And we're going to leave the key up there. Well, that makes sense. So if there's an emergency, I can immediately let him out. That makes sense. And there's a flashlight on it. That's handy. Pierce. Oh. So this is my fiance. Remember, he's probably calling to ask about the interview, which hasn't actually concluded yet. If I answer, I'm probably going to get stuck with him on the phone while the other lady calls, and then whatever. I could answer real quick and be like, look, I don't have time to talk. I'll call you later. I personally would probably decline it. I'd probably be like, look, I can't talk now. He should understand. He knew I was doing this interview thing. Maybe it ran a little long. I told him I'd call it when it was over. Right? That's probably what I would do. But I mean, there is a case to answer the call and be like, hey, I don't know anything yet. Call me later. Looks like chat is leaning towards decline pretty heavily. We want to decline this call. And we want to... Well, yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to decline the call. Looks like chat wants to decline it. All right, poll's over. We're declining the call. See you later, Pierce. I'll call you. Okay, we got our headset back on. We're ready to talk to Cody. Pierce has sent us some images.
Tonight. 2 calls. Both need someone who can speak Canard.
Perfect.
I've got a call between 2 businessmen. Someone called Teron wants someone to authenticate a book before he buys it. And at the same time, I've got a kid who wants to speak to his mother. I think they're estranged. He says he knows you. Max Vito?
Oh, I know Max. I'm teaching him Canard.
I guess you want Max then.
Sounds like the other one would be better for my career, no?
Oh, that's a good one. So this is an important question here. So I can think with my heart, which would lead me to take the call from Max, right? So that he can talk to his mother, because it's a personal connection, and it's it's a kid. It's a kid I know. Probably not a kid, probably like 20 or something. But it might provide me with information about Kenar a little bit, especially if his mother is from there. But I could think with my head, which is about business, right? Because obviously translating the book and authenticating that comes with he's like a buyer. He's a buyer for a book that needs to be authenticated before he buys it. Typically, things that need to be authenticated are pieces like valuable art or something like that, right? Somebody that can afford validation, right? They can afford this sort of authentication, certificate of authenticity. That's going to be definitely a good career move. I also wonder what's his face sent me. Pierce had sent me some pictures and some images, like a text message. Maybe he was telling me a warning about something. Let's go with our heart. Oh, it looks like our head. Looks like the poll came out with the head. So we're gonna go ahead and take the book guy anyway.
I'll take the business call then. Please, Cody.
Okay.
Butterfly effect.
I'll put you on.
That definitely changed the outcome of things.
I'll be popping in and out to monitor, as usual. Remember, you don't need to be perfect.
Okay, she's gonna pop in and out of the call. So she's like my handler. She's like my handler for this kind of thing.
Bonsoir. Bienvenue chez Glossalingua. Avez-vous déjà utilisé nos services?
Oui. On m'a dit que vous saviez lire le canard.
Oui.
Bah, c'est un rare don, de ce côté du globe.
Merci. Good evening, my name is Lauraline. I'm an interpreter with Glossalingua. One of our account holders would like to speak with you. Are you willing to accept the call?
Yep.
Connecting you now.
Okay, good. So we have a third person
Hi.
here.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How was your flight?
Yes, well, ok. Voilà. J'ai bien peur qu'on ait atteint les limites de mes
And that
capacités.
is the extent of my English, I'm afraid.
Right. Well, never mind. Good morning.
Bonjour, enfin bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Good evening.
Yeah, evening. I meant evening. Well, anyway, shall we crack on?
Eh bien, commençons.
She changed it to evening for him. That was nice.
I received your email. Just wanted to know how you became aware that I had this title.
Mais en effet, je l'ai bien.
It's a very valuable and
C'est un bien
treasured
très
possession,
précieux et d'une grande valeur sentimentale.
but I may be persuaded
pourrais
to part
accepter de m'en
with it.
séparer.
Give me my price.
Mais seulement au juste prix.
Je comprends bien. Mais avant tout, je
I
me
understand,
demandais si je
but
pourrais
before we
l'avoir.
continue too far, I wonder, may I see it?
Anyone would think you don't trust me.
On pourrait croire que vous ne me faites pas confiance.
Ce n'est pas du tout ça.
Not at all.
Right, he has it right there on the desk.
There we are.
Wow. The Necronomicon. Maybe. We don't know.
Magnifique.
It's beautiful.
It's expensive.
Il coûte cher,
Évidemment.
of course.
J'aimerais savoir, Monsieur Vito, si vous seriez prêt à me
I would be
raconter
curious, Mr.
l'histoire
Vito,
de
if you would
comment
oblige
vous
me with the story of
initiez
how you happened to come by this book.
Hey?
So interesting. Interpret or translate. So I'm not sure exactly what it's asking me for here. Interpret, Theron, means to maybe I would rephrase his question. Or would I just translate Vito? The Vito is the owner of the book. Would I just say, what? I'm not sure he understands. So I think I interpret on his behalf. I think I'm like, he wants to know the story of how you came into possession here. I want to know. Yeah, it looks like chat's kind of agreeing with me there on that. It looks like you guys were ahead of me. Wanting to interpret, because it's just I know what he's asking. It's clear what he wants to know. He wants to know, how did you get this book? If it's so rare, how did you end up with it? As opposed to a direct translation back. So I think, yeah, looks like that's what chat's decided. We're going to go ahead and end the poll here.
He wants to know where you got that book from.
Yeah, I bet you would.
Oui, j'imagine bien que vous voudriez le savoir.
En effet, vous voyez, je
There, I
would,
thought.
indeed.
chaque exemplaire de ce livre à travers le monde.
There I
Et
thought
étant
I
donné
traced
qu'il n'y
every
en a
copy
que
of that
3,
book in the whole
il
world.
me
And
semble assez surprenant.
even
que
there's only
quelqu'un
3 of them ever made,
à Londres
it seems rather odd that
dise on
here is a man
possède une
in
copie.
London of all places who says he has one.
Je suis très curieux.
I am very curious.
Well, curiosity killed the cat.
Wow.
I'll tell you what. If you still want to know where I got it,
Si vous
after
avez
you've
toujours
seen the
besoin de
book,
savoir
then I'll
comment
tell
je l'ai eu après l'avoir vu, je vous le dirai.
Très bien.
Very well.
Okay. Interesting. So this guy, I think he's got secrets.
Est-ce que je pourrais voir le colophon?
That I don't know that word either. So, do I think oof, this is tough because do I admit to not knowing that word he asked for? Or do I bluff and just ask to see something else? Maybe he wants to see the title page, or maybe he wants to see a in the back cover, or maybe he wants to see an excerpt of pages. I don't know. So do we just kind of pick one and be like, he wants to see the back. He wants to see the back. Or do we say, we admit, listen, hey, I'm not sure what that word is. Can you give me a different description? I mean, it sounds like she's a native French speaker, like just by her accent in English. So like it makes it sound like she doesn't. It makes me think she would know this word, right? Like, but she's an actress, so maybe she's supposed to be an English speaker that's learned French and also this other language. Let's go ahead and okay. Chat says we admit. Chat says we admit we don't know that word.
Excusez-moi, Monsieur Théron, Lauraline ici. Est-ce que vous voulez bien répéter? Vous avez dit colophon. Je vais être sûre de ne pas me tromper.
C'est un terme technique. C'est la même chose en anglais.
Ah.
Monsieur Vito saura ce que je veux dire.
D'accord, merci.
Okay.
Mais ici le colophon.
Colophon. What's that? What's colophon?
Monsieur Théron seemed to think you wouldn't know what it meant.
Ask the internet.
What?
Hurry up.
Okay, we're gonna Google it.
Containing the publisher's mark and
Copyright
copyright
information,
related
okay.
Information typically.
Right. The cover page.
There you are.
Le voilà.
Okay. He's sharing his screen.
Super.
Interesting. Okay.
Excellent.
Est-ce que je pourrais voir une page de texte?
May
Une
I
page
see
avec
a
du
page
canard.
full of text, something with canard?
Oh,
There we are.
I like that it's double. It's got the binding in the middle.
Lisez juste en canard, s'il vous plaît. Je n'ai pas besoin de traduction.
Kianem opum palusi, leva muva juko, tolo yuti deju rembula, itg, itg, itg.
Was that what you were hoping for?
Est-ce que c'est ce que vous cherchez?
Oui, tout à fait.
Yes, it was.
Merci. C'était parfait. Bon, j'ai besoin de réfléchir un peu. Ne vous inquiétez pas.
I
Je
need
vous
to
assure
think
que
about
je
this.
veux acheter
Have
le
no fear.
livre,
I am
mais
now very
je
serious
me-
about buying this book, but I have
Rendez-vous
another
à
appointment
l'instant.
now.
Est-ce que je peux vous
Can
rappeler
I
dans une heure?
call you in an hour?
Oh, it's a little late over here.
C'est-à-dire qu'il est déjà assez tard ici.
Je peux faire en sorte que cela vaille
I
vraiment
can
la
make
peine.
it very worth your while. D'accord.
1 hour.
1 heure.
I'm not staying up any
Je
later.
n'attendrai pas plus longtemps.
Wow, this guy who's selling the book, he's
Of course.
he's pretty
Thank
sure of
you.
himself.
Until then.
He's like, I'm not staying up any later.
Alors, ça fait longtemps que vous êtes traductrice.
Interprète. Je ne suis pas vraiment traductrice.
Je vois. Eh bien, dites-moi si vous avez des problèmes. Le canard est une langue sacrée qui a été inventée pour communiquer avec les esprits. Ça peut créer des problèmes chez certaines personnes.
Ça va aller. Merci.
Interesting. Okay. So he's warned her about this. Cody. It's great to hear the Kanar language being spoken. They're on. Are you monitoring the call? This is Cody. This is my supervisor. Right? Okay. So that guy was like, yeah, you know, this language is the language of the gods and all that stuff, but... Oh, bathroom. Is there a camera in the bathroom? Did you install... No, okay, good, they didn't. Oh, it's the spare room, it's the baby's room, okay. They have a lock on that too, by the way, it's a key lock. I like how they have sonogram pictures up in the baby's room. That's a cute little touch. Okay. Whoa, is he really gonna do it? Is he gonna use his powers? He did it. Oh, snap. This would be a whole lot less intense, a whole lot more intense if the dogs weren't barking constantly. You know, they're really breaking the tension of this scary game. Good work, Tiki. So Dad has now... She left the key in there. What is going on here?
Papa?
What do we have in the house? What is in our house that you are barking at? Oh, we follow. It's the thing. Remember, she said follow us, and then we follow. That was part of the translation that she gave in the book. So now she's locking the hallway? Okay, so she's locked the hallway, but somebody is yelling at her in this Kanar language. We're calling this guy back? Should we be doing so?
Monsieur Théron.
Je m'excuse, mais je n'ai pas beaucoup de temps à vous consacrer. Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Comme vous le savez, le canard est une langue sacrée utilisée autrefois uniquement pour s'adresser aux esprits. Eh bien, je crois que j'ai dérangé de vieux esprits tout à l'heure.
Ça, c'est très curieux.
Mon père ne va pas bien. Et après notre appel, une chose étrange s'est produite. Une ombre est apparue et il s'est mis à marcher comme s'il était sous l'emprise de quelque chose.
Et vous pensez que c'est à cause du passage que vous avez lu en canard?
Okay, so he wants to know if this was caused by that passage, and then if because we did just tell him that we think we might have angered some spirits. We did just tell him that we think we might have angered some spirits. So, question is maybe or yes. I mean, maybe we just full commit to this. Be like, yeah, I kind of do. It was speaking Kanar back at me. I mean, I think that would be the thing to do, to just be like, hey, look, you were interested in this book, okay? Now, this is going to make him even more interested in the book, right? This is obviously going to make him really, really want this book. Because now he knows that it's legit and it actually has power, because we've read from it in its native language. So if he knows that, then that's what we do. Okay. All right. So it looks like our chat is going with us here. Yes. Yes. So we're just going to go yes. We're just going to go yes because that's what we want to do. I mean, what else could it be? Oh, it's another butterfly effect choice, right? It's another one that is definitely going to have impacts here.
Qui auraient eu des comportements anormaux après avoir entendu parler de canard, mais je n'y ai jamais trop cru.
I've been convinced. So now, see, like I said before, so now we're like, so he's like, no, this has happened before. This has happened before. And whatever. So we want to know what precedents there are for this kind of thing, or why does he want the book? I think we ask about the precedents. I would say to ask, what kinds of things have happened before, because I kind of want to know what's happening to me. At this point, if I'm reading a book that's summoning the Necronomicon or whatever, I want to know what's going to happen to me next. I don't care why he wants it, because I know why he wants it. It's a spiritual book with absolute power or something, right? He wants to gain something from it, or he understands its value and he wants to have it for monetary reasons. I don't care. But I want to know what stories he's heard. Once again, I think I'm leading the chat. It looks like everybody's voting for precedents. We want to see what precedents are set here.
Quel genre d'histoire?
Quelques histoires locales, au pouce.
Few local stories.
Et puis il y en a une qui a
a large one
bruit
involves
parce qu'elle
foreigners.
touchait des étrangers.
Foreigners. So this is also, remember, so the language I'm speaking is the native language of the place where my fiance is trying to build a resort. So the question is, oh, that didn't type there. So do I ask him about the foreigners? So I think that's a tough one, because we have two options. We can either ask about the big story about the foreigners, or local stories, which are kind of small and insignificant, but there's a lot of them. For me, I think we talk about the foreigners, because I feel like that ties into what I'm dealing with, right? My fiance is building a resort in this land, and he is trying to he's going to take people there. It's obviously in a resort, and people are going to go there, and people are going to get absorbed by the Necronomicon or whatever, and I don't want that. But the local stories could give me a little bit of justification as well, like some sort of hint as to what's going on here. But I think chat looks like they're agreeing with me going with the foreigners here in the poll. So let's go ahead and say foreigners. Yeah, we got about 2 seconds left. So, yep, we're going to go ahead and ask about the foreigners.
Oh, il n'y a pas de quoi s'inquiéter. C'était il y a longtemps. Et puis, ces histoires sont toujours entourées de beaucoup de superstitions. Écoutez, je suis désolé, mais je vais devoir...
Attendez, s'il vous plaît. Vous voulez bien m'aider?
More butterfly effect.
Les légendes de la région disent que les esprits ne peuvent pas se manifester sans la présence de la mangrove.
Et alors?
Mangrove.
Alors, le livre de Monsieur Vito est à Londres. J'imagine que vous aussi?
Oui, mais c'est mon père qui le hante.
Bah, écoutez, je ne suis pas en train de vous dire que je comprends ce qui se passe. Mais si l'on en croit les légendes, une solution pourrait être de détruire ce livre. Ce qui veut dire que, qu'idéalement, vous voulez que j'achète un livre pour que vous puissiez y mettre le feu.
Wait.
Ça, ce n'est pas quelque chose que j'ai particulièrement envie de faire.
Wait. Why is he offering that? I'm gonna start the poll here so I can think about this, because I have two options. I can either plead with him and be like, "Oh, please, you have to help me. These spirits the spirits are getting into my father's head." And then there's also, "Look, you want to see if this book works? We can find out together. You just got to buy it." I think we go with the reasoning approach. Yeah, and it looks like it looks like we're going to go, it looks like chat's also agreeing here. We're going to go the reasoning approach. I mean, pleading with him might work, but why? I mean, he's a businessman and he's always been business worthy. But what I want to know is, why would he want to buy a book that then I would set fire to? That doesn't seem like a thing. I think he's tricking me into setting fire to it. I think burning it would actually give it power, maybe. Like, I feel like he's trying something different.
S'il vous plaît.
Oh, crap! I picked the wrong one. I'm sorry.
Bon, il faut que
I'm sorry, chat. Chat said reason, and I accidentally pushed the A button when I like went to pick up the controller. I accidentally bumped the button.
Oui.
Okay. So sorry, but thank him or reassure him. I couldn't type that. Okay, there we go. So I should thank him or reassure him. I think I'm going to thank him. I think I would thank him. I'd be like, yeah, no problem. You, sure thing, buddy. You know, thank you so much for all your help, because he's already busy. He's busy. I called him and interrupted him, and he's like, I really don't have time to talk right now. I really got to get going, and I really kept him on the phone a little too long. So I want to thank him for his thing, because he's a business client. And what I don't want is, I don't want him to complain to my boss, which he's probably going to do anyway. But we'll see. Now, I'm still not convinced that that burning the book is the way to go. The book is in London, and it's possessing my father for some reason. Not the guy who owns it, but my father. Maybe I was picked before, maybe even before this whole story started, they somehow picked me out to target. Okay, we're going to go ahead and thank him, and I'm going to be very careful.
Merci.
Let's to choose that. C. Vito and JP there in 15 minutes. I'll be on the next call. Cody will be there. Okay? Whoa. Dad is in there smashing glasses. He's not doing too well. Okay, upcoming call. Mr. Theron, he's here today, so we're calling them back. This is that 1 hour later scenario.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yes. Good evening.
J'aimerais commencer, si vous me permettez.
I'd like to start, if I may, by reminding you of your promise.
Oh.
Oh.
Bon, je suis conscient du fait que...
Did you have to translate?
Now
Oh.
I'm aware that maybe there is just the smallest of possibilities. I don't want to offend you, but it struck me that perhaps that book took a somewhat circuitous route into your possession.
Circuitous.
You what?
So he's suggesting that it might be stolen. I mean, I think that's the blunt option. Or do I say diplomatic and say he just wants to make sure that, you know, he's not going to run into any sort of legal troubles once he owns it. I feel like those are both options. You could be blunt and say, I think he's concerned that it might be stolen. It feels like a little too much. With what's-her-face on the call, I think diplomacy is the answer, especially if we know. Yeah, this guy, though, hold on a second. This guy, in particular, the owner of the book, the seller of the book, he's a blunt guy. He's very direct. He's like, it's late here. I'm not staying up any longer. Okay, we either do this deal or I'm out. I got to find another buyer. I think he would respect the bluntness. But to be fair, I'm representing the buyer, not the seller. So I think I go diplomatic. If I was representing the seller here, I would be blunt with the seller because he's hired, me, but he's not. Okay, Chad agrees with me. We go diplomatic.
Lauraline here. Monsieur Theron is reminding you of your promise to say where the book came from.
Oh, yeah, that. You can tell Mr. Theron that I inherited it.
J'en ai hérité.
Intéressant. Par qui?
Interesting. Who from?
A guy named Dubois.
Dubois.
Un certain Dubois.
Je vois.
I see.
Anything else? I was under the impression that we had a deal, that you were
Vous aviez
satisfied.
dit que vous étiez prêt à acheter. Je pensais que ça voulait dire que vous étiez satisfait.
Presque. Vous voudriez bien me montrer...
Very nearly. Would you mind showing me what condition the book is in? Just hold it up to the camera.
Okay, so he's got to see the book again. Condition. What's it on the side there?
J'aimerais surtout voir la
The
trempe.
slice. I think we go. If it were me here, I would go exact because I think the slice is a very specific book term. I think it. I'm not a bibliophile, okay, but I think that the slice is the side opposite the spine. It's the spot that, like, when he held it up, it had some writing on it or something. I think that's because that's where it's cut, right? That's the slice of the book. There's the spine. The slice. That's what I would assume, and that's why I would go with exact, because they don't want to look up the slice. Looks like chat's agreeing with me here. Looks like chat's agreeing with me that we gotta go with exact. Yeah, I'm gonna put it over there so that in case I accidentally bump my controller, it's already in the way that chat is kind of leaning here. Yeah, the poll's going to end in about 2 seconds. Let's go ahead and say exact. The slice.
Monsieur Theron is asking to see the slice.
Slice. Ask the internet.
Okay.
Really?
I'm sorry, nothing's coming up.
Tout va bien.
Everything all right?
Yeah, fine.
Oui.
Ask Mr. Theron why he wants to see the slice.
Pourquoi voulez-vous voir la tranche?
Je veux voir s'il y a un symbole
I want
peint
to see
dessus.
if there's a design painted on it.
There isn't.
Yes, there
Il y en a
is.
pas.
Vous en êtes sûr?
Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolument.
It looks like there is. Uh-oh.
Ça va?
It's pretty
Yes,
spooky.
Ça va.
A little
I'm
bit.
fine.
It'd be a lot less
Where were
spooky
we?
if there weren't a billion barking dogs during the intense parts, but, usual.
Indiquez votre prix, Monsieur Vito.
Name your price, Monsieur Vito.
My price is 5 million Lapousse francs.
Whoa! he wants 5 million, right? But he says I have the option to actually lower his price during translation. I don't think that's right. I think that doesn't make any sense. Why would I lower the price? Why would the translator translate a different price? Also, my supervisor is literally watching. Yeah, that is definitely shady. So yeah, it looks like chat here is kind of deciding on a 5 million. Yeah, because that's the way I would go with this too. But there is definitely something printed on the slice of that book. Now, this guy, the seller of the book, I don't think he's a bibliophile, right? I don't think he's a person that like collects books and sells books for a living. I think he just happens to have this one. He may be a smuggler. Chad agrees. We go 5 million.
5 millions de francs le pouce.
Je pense qu'on peut trouver.
Oh wow, okay, perfect. I didn't even need to.
I think we can make a deal.
I don't know.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Mais peut-être pas celui que vous
But
croyez.
perhaps not in the way you think.
Je sais d'où vient ce livre. Il y a une famille.
I know where
Dubois.
this book comes from. There's a Dubois family on the pouce with a very peculiar family crest.
Ils ont perdu leur exemplaire de ce livre il y a quelques années.
They lost their copy a few years ago under unusual circumstances.
So yeah, I think it's stolen.
What do you want?
Qu'est-ce que vous voulez?
Je vous propose 200 000 francs.
Counter offer 200,000 francs.
Whoa.
No way.
Hors de question.
Ça serait dommage.
It would be a shame, Mr. Vito, would it not, if the Dubois were to suddenly find out about the whereabouts of their precious heirloom?
She'd never sell.
Elle ne le vendrait jamais.
Ça, je sais.
Oh, I know.
D'où mon offre plus que
Hence
généreuse.
my very generous offer.
Ah, so the Dubois family.
You are aware that you're blackmailing me in front of a
Réalisez que vous me
witness.
faites du chantage devant un témoin.
Je ne vous ai accusé de rien.
I have accused you of nothing.
Alors, est-ce que vous êtes d'accord?
So,
Wow,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he knows it was basically stolen from the Dubois family.
Deal.
c'est d'accord.
Yes, nice.
J'ai besoin
Okay.
que vous me l'envoyez par coursier ce soir, je peux.
Et-
I need
courrier-
it couriered tonight. We can email the details.
Money first.
L'argent d'abord.
Bien sûr.
Absolutely.
Bonne nuit, monsieur Vito.
Good night, Mr. Vito.
It's morning.
C'est le matin ici.
Good morning.
Nice. Oh, okay, so perfect. Interesting. I will burn the book. What is your address? Why is he letting me burn the book? Why is he spending 200,000 francs just to burn this thing? Well done on the sale. Okay, my supervisor knows. Ooh, she was typing and then she didn't. I do that all the time. I'll like type a message and then be like, nah, and then delete it. I always do a bunch of typing and then I never actually send it.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So he's gonna have the book couriered to me overnight. But that brings the book closer to me. I feel like this guy is baiting me somehow. Tracking private deliveries, London. Nice. Okay. It's coming from Chelsea. Ooh, nice neighborhood. Well, of course it is. It's a guy who just demanded 5 million francs. Dad has thrown his spaghetti on the wall and locks are still in place, it looks like. Oh. So, do I leave? Or something else? So, I'm not sure why... I'm not sure why I would even want to leave. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Leave the apartment? What am I leaving for? I think I just think of something else. Oh, I see. Okay, I get it now. I'm being freaked out by being in the apartment. It's freaking me out. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just freaking me out. I've got all this weird thing, and I could just go. My dad is asleep. I could just go hang out somewhere else until the delivery gets here. It reminds me of Spiderwick. Spiderwick Chronicles. I'm trying to remember. Is that the one where the dad got like pulled into the other dimension? There was like another portal to another world, and there were these two kids that came back there, and like it was like semi-animated, like it was real life, and then the kids went through the portal and became animated on the other side. Or was it all animated? I don't remember. Looks like chat wants to say think of something else, so we're gonna think of something else. We're gonna just think about something else. Not think of something else, but think about something else. And it looks like Dad is freaking out in there. I would have taken the key after what happened last time. It's happening again. See, he can unlock the door. He's doing it again. He's doing it again. I don't want it. I don't want this to happen. And it's yep. The key is kind of turned now. Yep, the key is turning. Oh no, this isn't good. He's got the door open.
No.
So she's doing the same thing again. She's gonna lock him in the hallway. Oh crap! Ew, he's sprout. Oh, that's cool. The shadow. His shadow was like sprouting roots or trees or something.
No.
We call you to help us. Okay, she locked the hallway door too, and she's taking the key with her. Okay. Who's she calling?
Police, please.
She's calling 999 on these people? On a ghost?
Allô? Allô?
Dad is calling? Uh-oh. FaceTime from Dad. Why are you locking me in the hallway? I love the pixel effects. Like the webcam is all glitchy. It's cool. I mean, it's a cool effect to add here. Let's answer. Oh, we're calling our dad back? And he's blurry. Okay.
Dad?
I'm standing right... Oh.
Protect Lucy. Stop destructing humans.
Stop destructing humans?
Protect the great tree. Stop the human destroyers.
Her fiancé's construction project.
What? Can you repeat?
Her fiancé is building a resort on this like island, and they've got this Necronomicon thing, and they're gonna cut down the tree, the great tree, to build his resort. And
You help us. Me? I'm not helping you. You pulled us. You are our vessel.
okay.
Bulaoi Pilamenhenko. Protect the great trees, stop the human destroyers. Yes.
Wow, her mascara is really running. It's really selling the effect.
You help us.
Okay. Okay. So, all right, chat. So we have to decide. Do we say, I didn't mean to call you, or I'm not your vessel? I think it's pretty clear what they're trying to communicate. Maybe she's just in too much of a panic to, like, think about it, but, like, I mean, here I'm just like, I didn't mean to call you. I didn't mean to call you. Just, I don't know why you want me, but I didn't mean to. I was just translating from the book. Also, I got a little email that said unknown receipt, and I think maybe the book has been delivered to my front door. I think there's been a delivery of a guy. I think there's been a contact-free delivery powered by DoorDash or something. I don't know. But there's been a courier. I'm thinking I don't mean to, but it's up to chat. Chat looks like chat's leaning towards I didn't mean to as well. So I think that's what we're gonna do here. Looks like that's what chat has decided. I didn't mean to call.
No, I didn't mean to call you. It was a mistake. Sevori. You will help us. Or we will end those loved by you.
Oh, okay, so they're gonna kill her father if you don't help. Okay. Okay, so they're back. They're back. And they're like, the spirits are...
Laurelyn?
Oh, good. Of course.
What's happening?
Don't worry, I've sorted it. Get some rest. Everything is going to be okay.
Man, her dad's phone has a great camera on it. I'm just saying. Camera on her dad's phone is pretty fantastic. All right. So let's take a look at what we've got here. I need your help right now. When did I send that? Pierce. We'll call soonest. Now. Is it the baby? Or your dad? Oh, good. He's calling. I was about to say, I don't want to have to answer that. What? We just asked him to call us. Oh, it's Cody. So, Cody is calling me. Remember, she's our supervisor. She's calling to either give me a different job or maybe talk to me about our previous work. I don't know. It's tough to decide. Do we answer it or do we ignore it? Because Cody is calling. Now, remember earlier we asked Cody if anything weird was happening on her end because I spoke the Kanar language. And she typed, but then she didn't actually respond. So maybe now she's experiencing some paranormal stuff too, because she's probably also in London. But it seems weird because her dad wouldn't be under the influence of any sort of bad juju, right? I don't know. Bad juju. Looks like chat is saying to answer the call. Looks like chat wants to answer the call. Let's go ahead and do that. Poll's about to end. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and accept.
Hi, Laurelyn. Sorry, I know I promised we were doing another practice session this evening.
It's happening to her too. It's totally happening to her too.
I'm having a bit of a weird one.
Me too.
Probably these night shifts.
Yep.
I swear I can hear someone speaking Kana.
Got it.
Okay, she's gone full Blair Witch on us. So apparently the spirits have also taken over Cody. Okay. So the spirits have also taken over Cody. They're gonna hurt the people we care about if we don't help them. We have to help them. Pierce! Oh, thank goodness. It's my fiancé. He can stop his project that he's probably invested millions into.
Laura Lynn? What is it? What's going on?
Okay. So this is an interesting dilemma here. Do we be direct? Or do we guilt trip? So, I'm not a fan of the guilt trip, but it's going to work. Tiggy, this is interesting. So, this is made by a company called Wales Interactive. They make FMV games, full motion video. It's like a choose your own adventure movie that you can play. This is their latest one called Nightbook. It's about a girl who accidentally translates the Necronomicon, basically, and summons demons. Well, spirits, sort of. I don't know. It's complicated. And anyway, these are all like this. And yes, there's a whole bunch like this. 5 Dates is another good one. It's not scary. It's a little bit more of a rom-com. There's one called The Bunker. There's one called The Complex. There's a whole bunch. This company makes a whole bunch of them, and they're really, really good. There's another group that does a similar theme, but a different style of story called Poe and Monroe. 5 Dates. Okay, yeah, you played 5 Dates. 5 Dates was hilarious. I really had a good time with that one. Okay, so looks like chat wants to guilt trip this guy. So I'm letting people vote in the Twitch chat with the polls. Every single option. But yeah, 5 Dates was hilarious. I was kind of upset because I really felt like there should have been an option to romance your best friend, right? A gay option would have been nice. I'm just saying, if there's a sequel, it needs to star the best friend. And it needs to have, like, multiple, like, gender options as opposed to just nothing but women. I think that would have been a little bit better. But other than that, I think it's fine. I thought it was a fun game. Exactly. I thought the chemistry between the main character and his best friend was just off the charts. And I felt like I was like, hey, there needs to be a way to romance those guys. But anyway, I thought it was pretty decent. But yeah, there's a whole bunch. Wales Interactive do a fantastic job, and I love playing these games. So we're gonna go ahead and guilt trip this guy. We're gonna watch a little bit more, and we'll have another poll in just a second.
I need you to keep our family safe.
Okay, of course. But what's wrong? Everything okay?
The same option again. Do we go direct or do we guilt trip? So. Yeah, we guilt tripped before. We was like, I need you to keep our family safe. There's got to be a thing you can do to keep my family safe, us safe here. And now we go in for the kill. And we're like, you're gonna have to shut down your project. So our fiance here has invested in a resort on this island, and they're cutting down the tree, and the great tree. You know, it's basically Avatar. Right? We went and we're going to cut down the great tree that holds the whole island together. And the spirits have come alive from this book and have come to me to get me to stop him from destroying the island and turning it into a resort. So we're going to see what happens. I think chat looks like we're going to go with be direct. Yep. Looks like we're going direct. That's a good choice. I would have gone direct as well. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and be direct.
I need you to stop the building project.
What? Why?
Yeah, he's not going to do it. I wouldn't do it. I know that sounds stupid, but, like, I wouldn't do it. Like, if I had, invested my firm's money and, like, all this time and all this energy into building a project, and my wife called me and said, honey, my dad is possessed by demons, and we're going to need you to cancel your project. I'd be like, you're crazy.
Laura Lynn?
Okay, same options as before. This time the opposite. Guilt trip is on the left, and direct is on the right. So, yeah, like I said, I don't know if I would have done it. I don't know if I like. That's the thing. Like I said, if my wife called me and said, "Hey, I need you to cancel your project," I know maybe not your personal money, but you've invested your firm's money into this project, and your job basically depends on the success of this project. And I'm pregnant with our baby, and you need to provide for our family, but I need you to cancel the project. No. I wouldn't do it. I would not cancel my project. Looks like chat here is voting to go direct. Yeah, I think direct may be the next option, but I think we're going to have to guilt trip him. I think we're going to have to do it because we don't have any evidence. If I had evidence, if I had some sort of thing, I could do it, but I don't know. Looks like chat is going to be direct. Yep, chat wants me to be direct. We're going to be direct.
The Pouce curse is real.
The Pouce curse. See, the Islanders keep telling us this.
The Islanders, but you two? I really don't need this.
Maybe they have a point. They've attacked Dad. They've attacked me. You need to give in on these spears. Just stop the project. You're the only one who can.
You know, I knew working these night shifts was a bad idea while you were pregnant.
What? Oh, we're blaming the pregnancy now.
You're being hysterical.
That's to be fair, that's the kind of thing I would probably do.
I have to get back to a meeting.
I mean, pregnancy hysteria is like a real thing.
And spend a couple nights with you.
Paranoid and whatever.
Love you, babe. Get some rest.
Wow, it didn't work. Surprise, surprise. Like I said, I wouldn't have done it either. Oh no! Dad died! Oh no! Oh! And look at the roots. There are roots like growing on his walls. Oh. We failed to stop the project, guys. We should have guilt tripped him harder. We do have another option. We could burn the book. I think burning the book is a bait, but we're gonna go try it. It's the delivery guy. Don't worry about it. Oh, that's cool. An indoor Dropbox post box. Okay. Okay, so this leads us to our latest. I like the fuzzy. I do. There's destroy, and there's read. So they told us to destroy the book. So the guy who bought the book, the guy who paid 200,000 francs for this book, he was going to pay 5 million, but he knows it's stolen, so he kind of blackmailed the thief. But he wants to destroy the book. He told us that the only way to break the curse was to destroy the book, and he was going to pay for the book and send it to me so that I could destroy it. But I think destroying it will lead to, like, worse. It will unlock the power of the book. I feel like we should read it first, but chat is actually going against me on this one. Uh-oh, you want to change your answer to red? It's too late. There's already 2 votes for destroy. It's too late. We're gonna have to follow the chat. 3 votes for destroy? Oh, gosh, you guys want to curse me, don't you? Okay, Here we go. We're gonna destroy the book. We're gonna just light it on fire here. Oh! What was that? Green fire. Oh, yep. Did it work? Did it work? Tiki's barking. I think it works. What is it, Tiki? Stop it. Good dog. Sort of.
Dad! We did it!
No, Dad's dead.
God!
He's already got his throat cut. He's dead. We burned the book, and I think we ended it.
I need to go to bed.
Or... Uh-oh. It's not over. It's not over. It's not over yet. I'm gonna take my zinc and my elderberry at the next break here during the next thing, but I don't think it's over. I don't think it's over. Dad's still dead. Of course he's dead. He slit his own throat. We can't go back in time. We probably saved our friend. Looks like we don't have to. Looks like we don't have to. Well, that was intense. That was definitely intense. There's not going to be any more polls. There's definitely other endings to this. There's probably an ending where we can save our father too. There's probably an ending where we can, if we hit the guilt trip hard enough, I'm sure we could have gotten Pierce to stop the project. But we went the direct route, and it made him think we were crazy. And now all our dogs are barking again. Why? Why? Maybe if we checked the email about his job earlier, maybe that was the case. Maybe that was the case. Tiki is intent on looking out this window, wanting to know what's going on out there, but you can hear other dogs barking at something else, and he thinks that maybe they're going to come back to this window. I don't even know. I don't even know. Match clip submission thing closes. It typically closes on Sunday, but it's basically up to the video editor. So the video editor of every week. So we have guest editors that come in and do that. They grab the videos like Saturday night, Sunday, and put together the video as they can on Sunday so that it's ready on Monday. Some video editors, of course, they postpone a little later and they get started on Sunday during the day. Some of them do it Sunday, or some of them do it Monday during the day, right before the podcast, but most of them do it on Sunday. So I'd say Saturday night, probably tonight or tomorrow, early tomorrow morning. Oh, okay. This game was pretty decent. You know what? I do a review at the end of every one of these anyway. It only took an hour and a half, and that was pausing with polls. So this was actually a little bit shorter than 5 dates. A little bit shorter than even the complex, because that one took. No, I guess that's not true. About an hour and a half. That's about average, because I think I did 2 games that one time at a 3-hour shift. But Wales Interactive once again did not disappoint. I love these little interactive movies. I have a soft spot in my heart for FMV games, right? I grew up playing Myst and Return to Zork and, games as Wing Commander and Command & Conquer Red Alert and, games that had full motion video built in. Instead of cinema scenes, they had people in costumes I don't know if you know this, but Mark Hamill was in Wing Commander. Like, you know, Mark Hamill was a guy that gave you missions and stuff. Like, there were some fantastic actors in those games in the 90s. But these FMV games, endings found 1 of 15. 15 endings. That's a lot. And 44 of 223. I haven't even seen a quarter of these. Okay. So, Lone Survivor, 3 of 5. I don't know what that... Found 3 of 5. Deceased, 1 of 3. So, okay. So, 3 endings make her the lone survivor. 1 of 3 endings mean he's deceased. So, and then caught out and pleased, right? So you caught the guy that he was a thief. The other one probably not. Now you could displease your client. Status burnt, found 5 of 5. So I assume that means there are 5 endings where you burn the book. This is interesting. Endings and statistics. I love the statistics, and I love the concepts of these games. They're pretty fantastic. So let's do a review. Let's switch to review mode here. Let's go to my Google Sheet that has my rating sheet on it. There it is. Okay. We're looking good. I don't want this. I want this one. All right. There we are. That's so much better. Okay. So at the end of every single one of these Switchtoberfests, I do a mini review because I'm playing a new game. I have not given Harley a boo bit yet. That's at the end. I mean, I have several times, but I will at the end of this thing after I record the thing. Okay. Okay, welcome to my review for Nightbook for Nintendo Switch by Wales Interactive. Nightbook is a FMV game. It's a choose-your-own-adventure movie. A little bit spookier than some of the others. It actually has to do with supernatural things, and you're a translator who does online work via video chat to translate, and you end up accidentally translating the equivalent of the Necronomicon. A book that communicates with spirits, and you end up summoning spirits. And I don't want to give away any more than that because that's kind of the basic premise. But it's good. There's a lot of good choices in there. There's a lot of difficult choices in there. I'm gonna look down my normal criteria for games, and I'm gonna have to go down the list here. Typically for graphics, I would judge graphics and frame rate. In this, I'm gonna have to judge it more like a movie. I feel like they did a really good job of filming around the pandemic. This game came out in early 2021, mid 2021. And so it was filmed in 2020 and then edited together and put together in a video game format by Wales Interactive, late 2020, early 2021. So I like how they worked around the pandemic. There was the people that were supposed to be living together, ended up, locking each other out and making video calls back and forth. And all of her work, of course, she's an online translator. So doing video chats and translating works really well as a medium for that. So there was a lot of that. The special effects, they weren't all there, but since everything you were looking at was coming through a webcam, there was a lot of digital effect filters as if the connection was poor. So they didn't really have to do a lot of special effects. The special effects they did have were kind of cheesy, I've got to admit. But overall, there weren't too many of them, so it wasn't like it didn't take you out of the experience. The makeup was good. The acting was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Some of these FMV games, the acting is kind of washy, but this one was actually pretty good. So I'm going to give graphics something in the neighborhood of a 7.5. I would go to 8, but like I said, the special effects themselves were kind of bad. But you know, it is what it is. It's not like they're producing a movie, they're producing a video game, right? Gameplay, pretty decent. Like I said, the choices were tough. The choices were hard sometimes. Sometimes it was easy, but sometimes it was hard. There was a couple that were a little bit ambiguous, but I kind of like that. I think that added to the experience. That was like, hey, it's a little, you know, whatever. I like it. I think that was fun. So I'm gonna give the gameplay. I'm gonna give the gameplay a 7. Audio. The audio was probably the best part. There was a lot of spooky sounds. There was a lot of talking. It's all about the audio, and it was all crystal clear. Everybody was using a great microphone setup. Everybody had a great setup there. The you know, spirits and the sound effects that they did have were pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and give the audio. The music was kind of bad though. The music was kind of lame. And I wouldn't say bad, but it wasn't great. It didn't really stand out. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 6 because the music wasn't kind of where I thought it should be. Story-wise, this is where these kinds of games excel because I got to choose the story, or I guess my chat got to decide the story as it unfolded, and you get to decide what your character would or should do in a situation like that. And there are so many more endings to explore. I got one of 15 possible endings on stream, and I stream these FMV games on stream, and I love to do it, but I only do it once because I don't want to do spoilers. I want you to go out and buy this game. It is $10. It is $15 in the eShop, I think. 12 and $15 in the eShop right now. Often the Wales Interactive games go on sale for $8.99, $9.99, something like that. That's probably a sweet spot for purchasing those. Every now and then you can catch one for $5 on Steam. But they're really good. I really enjoy that. It's kind of a fun little way to watch a movie, but also kind of interact with it. It took about an hour and a half to complete one ending out of 15. So to get all the endings and choose all your options, you got 10 hours worth of gameplay there at least. So I'm going to give the story an 8. It was kind of predictable, but it was still pretty well written, and I love that. Giving this game a 7.125 on average, which I think is kind of where it belongs. Probably a good solid 7. I'm going to round it down to 7 when I have to give this to Metacritic later for whole numbers. So that's my review for Nightbook for Nintendo Switch. I enjoy playing this on the Switch because it's a nice portable handheld. You can kind of interact with this kind of movie anywhere. I believe a lot of these FMV games are being ported over to mobile, like Android or iOS. So it's always fun to play them there on the go as well. So I will be back tomorrow. No, tomorrow's Sunday. It's my day off. Finally. Poof. My day off. I'm not going to be here. But I will be back on Monday. N is for Nightbook, and O-N-O-P. Yes. O is... What is my O game? That's a good question. Monday on the podcast and after. Yes, exactly. I will be on the Iris podcast on the Tranquility channel on Monday. And then after that, I will stream my own Switchtoberfest. So Switchtoberfest, I've been doing... No, it's not Overwatch. So here's what it has to be. Here's the criteria for Switchtoberfest. It has to be a game that I have not played for Switch. It has to be a game available on Switch that I have not played that I've already bought. Because you can see them over here. Look at all these. There are 4 shelves of Switch games. And I haven't played any of them because Overwatch exists. So I was like, yeah, I was like, I need to get through these games. So Switchtoberfest is all about playing games that I've never played before for Switch, that are on Switch that I haven't played that I already own. And when I was alphabetizing my backlog of games, I realized that I had one of every letter, and I was like, I can do this alphabetically in October. Every day but Sunday, and it'll fill exactly the month, so it's perfect. So I started out with Ape Out, Bending the Ink Machine, Crash Bandicoot, Dark, Enter the Gungeon, Forgotten Anne, Guacamelee, Horror Tales, Iconoclast, Jay and Silent Bob, K's, Lair of the Clockwork God, Metroid Dread, Nightbook. Monday is Okami. Okami is a game where you are Amaterasu, a dog that is the Japanese sun goddess, I think. Now, I played this game once on PlayStation 1, maybe PS2, way back in the day. but I have not played it for Switch. It's called Okami, and it's kind of a Legend of Zelda style game. You are a dog, that is a don't do that in my chat. Don't do that in my chat. But anyway, it's a good game. It's a really good game. I'm looking forward to playing it Monday after the Iris podcast. I'm going to play each game for about an hour ish. 3 hours if I really enjoy the game. Like Metroid Dread, I went for 3 hours. I didn't even realize it. If I'm not enjoying the game, I typically give it at least an hour to just get a good feeling for the game before I give it a bad review. The worst review I've given so far is a 5. So I'm not good at bad reviews. I like games. I really do. I'm just bad at giving bad reviews because I feel like there's redeeming qualities there. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you Monday on the Iris podcast for Tranquility. Actually, I may not be. I'm not on this one. I'm not on the Iris podcast. I totally forgot because I was on it last week. So we were rotating in some new people. This is the bracketology mega cast. I think everybody kind of writes their own bracket and puts that together and shows that off. So it's going to be a very, very long podcast, but I may start my stream end up right before the podcast ends. So we'll probably do that just to get it over with because I don't want to be up until 1 a.m. So yes, I am not on the podcast on Monday, unfortunately. But anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. And I will see you Monday back here on my channel. I will definitely be in the chat for the Iris podcast. So I think they're bringing it together. They're bringing both into one big cast. Because the bracketology basically is predicting Tranquility because there wasn't one last week because Booth was out of town. But there will be a kind of a combination thing. So it's going to be cool. It's going to be pretty insane for Tranquility. So anyway, I will see you guys on Monday on this channel after the Tranquility thing is over. But hopefully not too late because I don't want to be up until 1 a.m. So it's already 11 o'clock my time. So I will see you guys Monday for Okami and then Panzer Paladin on Tuesday. I'm really excited for Panzer Paladin. I'm really excited for that one. That one's a good one. All right. See you guys later. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to find somebody to raid when we go to our away stream here. So see you guys later. Oh, wait. I got to give Harley one more treat. I got to give Harley one treat. At the end of every stream, she knows. She comes in here. She hears me saying goodbye. And she knows like my wrap up. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. She knows it's time to hang out. That's Harley. She gets a treat at the end of every stream because she's a very good dog. All right. Now we can actually go. Like I said I was gonna. Like an hour ago. So we're going to go ahead and raid Mish because I've been doing that also while I was sitting here just chatting.
Oops. Looks like I forgot to cancel my sub again, Carrot.
Oh my gosh, you forgot to cancel your sub again? Well, I was just about to raid Mish. But thank you so much, Wookie, for hanging out. You're a good friend of Triage. I really appreciate you supporting my man in his time of need. So thank you so much for hanging out and popping in at the very, very end of Nightbook. I'm sorry you missed it, but I'll be back Monday evening about 7:30 or so. Triage and I have been talking a lot about we got to give Harley another treat from Wookie here. We got to do it. Triage and I have been talking a lot about spooky games and VR games and stuff like that. So I've been talking to him about VR games because he was saying that he wanted to play some VR games for Halloween and stuff. So I went out and bought myself a VR headset. So I have a Quest 2 as well, and I've been playing a few games. But I haven't done any horror games. I haven't done any streaming of it yet because it's kind of a complicated setup to get streaming. So I want to finish the Switchtoberfest before I start any VR streaming. But anyway, I'm gonna finish the Switchtoberfest at the end of October. We're gonna go ahead and raid Mish. Mish is a fantastic streamer. She does great stuff. Amazing content creator. You're gonna just love her to death. And I will see you guys on Monday for Okami.